Little review tonight, and whilst this is a new brand to the channel, this is probably a brand that we're all kind of aware of. So this is GUSTIN denim from America. They've been around since 2005, so quite a long time. Certainly one of the original makers for the sort of raw denim boom, I'd say. So 2005, things were just kicking off back then. In those days, they're a boutique brand. And their real sort of transition moment was in 2013, where they changed their model to a direct-to-customer, crowd-sourced, crowd-funded model with a Kickstarter campaign. So that saw them making orders, or building orders, funding orders, and then setting about manufacture. So really interesting stuff, completely new model for the world of raw denim. And for me, I think what I was keeping my eyes on in those days was some of their super heavy slubs. And every time I looked, they were sold out. And it was only just recently that I turned back. But they've changed something. They now do the sort of ready to buy, the featured stock. So you needn't wait for those campaigns to be funded. But the thing which caught my eye wasn't denim, although we do have some denim from them. It was actually this amazing shirt. So this is their rainbow saddle shirt. Absolutely beautiful, sort of blankety material, sort of brushed on the outside, quite coarse on the inside. Absolutely fantastic. So that really drew my attention to the brand again. And for me, the thing which I really love about this is the Native American patterns. Always like that. Always a winner for me. Recently featured this from Pendleton. Love that, and I really do always go for those patterns. So that really caught my eye. Absolutely beautiful garment. But with that, we've also gone for a rainbow nep t-shirt. So again, another interesting fabric. We'll get some nice close-ups, but this is a natural cotton. So nice creamy colour, but with a rainbow textured nep, so little pops of cotton in various colours. Absolutely beautiful, really interesting. And of course we have some jeans, so not indigo, not denim in the conventional sense, but these are their vintage army selvage, so a nice brown, almost sort of brown going through to a slight green hue in there. Lovely denim. These are a slim fit, so you can choose the different fit on your denim. Slim fit, 35 tag size, and that brings through a perfect 35-inch waist. So measurements, real measurements, do match tag size, which is kind of unusual, not always the way. And for me, that's a perfect size. So if you watch my videos, you'll know that I've got tired of wrestling with denim to get that perfect fit. I just go for the waist size I want now. I don't want to wait for an inch to stretch out on the waist. Life's too long, or too short rather, to be uncomfortable with your denim. So yeah, absolutely beautiful. Really nice texture to the denim, and we'll come into some close-ups on that in a minute. The only slightly strange thing about these is that for a brand which is sort of building things to order, you don't get any choice in inseam length. So for the larger tag sizes, so anything over a 34, I think, you go with a 36 inseam. And you'll see I've been playing with some cuffs there, which is obviously essential. My sort of ideal inside leg inseam is probably 32. I'm a pretty average guy, I'm sort of 5'10", 5'11" maybe. So yeah, 36 is a long leg. You need to do a lot of cuffing. Luckily it's sort of tonal, so you don't have the cuffs shouting at you too much, but absolutely fantastic. Really good fit on these, true to size tag, perfect fit on the waist, and we'll have a closer look at those in a minute. In terms of sizing, the other two garments, t-shirt and the shirt, are both larges. So as I say, 5'10", 5'11", probably around about 80 kilograms now. So probably sizing a little bit on the smaller size, sometimes on medium. Some of the Japanese brands I'll be extra large, but for an American brand, Western brand, coming in at large, I think they're sort of very moderately sized. Perfect fit on the shirt. The t-shirt is a sort of more boxy sort of look, so a little bit more relaxed. So with a bit of tumble drying, this is perfect. So we'll come in for some close-ups. First thing to look at is this lovely rainbow nep t-shirt. So this is in a lovely soft 6-ounce fabric, natural cotton, so it's got that sort of creamy coloration, and of course that really interesting pop of colour throughout, with random sort of neps, little tangles of cotton, if you will, tiny fibres popping out the fabric, so it's got texture as well as colour. Really, really interesting. Never seen anything quite like it. Super soft. It is a relaxed fit. So this is large, which I think is the right size for me, but certainly this will be one of the t-shirts I do put in the tumble dryer just to pull back that size a little bit, just to get that snug fit. But lovely garment. Fairly basic construction, but it's got a nice taped detail on the neck and shoulders just to give you a bit of extra comfort. But yeah, lovely t-shirt. Moving on to the shirt, I think that's probably the star of the show for me. Really the thing which tipped me over to try and GUSTIN out. It is this amazing 14.5-ounce fabric, sourced from Japan. Pretty sort of tough, but also soft. On the inside it's got that sort of jacquard feel, that sort of, yeah, definitely sort of a quite sort of almost coarse, sort of like the pocket lining that you get. So that sort of robust, coarse material. On the outside it's this wonderful, again, rainbow colour, super colourful, but brushed cotton. So it's really, really soft in the hand, and it's got this Native American inspired pattern. I don't know if this is a authentic pattern, but it certainly brings to mind that sort of Native American look. Absolutely beautiful. Fairly basic construction. So on the inside we'll find just the standard overlock seams. Always like a bit of felled stitching, but I think maybe with this sort of thicker material, an overlock is the right way to go. And generally across this whole garment, the construction is sort of back to that slightly utilitarian look. So fairly basic patch pockets, so work shirt feel, so patch pockets with single buttons on. Very simple straight yoke across the back. So again, very much a work shirt vibe. But yeah, really, really nice. And actually, as I say, the item which really tipped me over to try GUSTIN out. Beautiful for those summer evenings. Finally, we've got the jeans. So these are the vintage Army Selvedge. So it's a 12.5-ounce, so brown, slightly sort of green hue to it, but I think it's a brown denim. Slight bit of texture in it. You can see some vertical sort of character to it, slight slub to it. So as these wear, you'll get some slight patterns coming through on it. Nice patch pockets, of course. They are jeans after all, but you'll see the little stitched detail across here. So they're half lined, so if you've got a wallet sat in there, you can be sure that it's not going to pop through the bottom in any sort of short amount of time. So it's double lined, or lined across the bottom there. Always a nice feature, like a lined pocket on your jeans. You've got the pop of golden selvage used in the one of the belt loops here. And of course, at the cuffs, you've got that golden selvage as well. Moving around to the front of the jeans, we've got some really nice branded hardware. So you've got the rivets on the pockets, which go through to the other side, of course, but with a branded G on the inside. The fly buttons, very, very nice, really chunky. Not quite sure exactly what's going on with this construction, but really nice rounded tops. Look very robust, like the style. On the inside, we've got selvage on either side of the fly. Nice pocket bags. Yeah, a little bit of a label there telling you what model you've got and the fit. But yeah, very nice. Anyway, that pretty much brings us to the end of the review. If you've had GUSTIN before, let me know what you think of their product. Let me know what you think of their model. So that crowd-funded, crowdsourced, built on demand. How is the weight? Did you get what you wanted? Because as I said, back in the day, it was really hard to get that sort of heavy slub denim that I wanted. Has that changed? These were certainly easy to get and really nice examples of selvage denim in a sort of non-conventional colour. This shirt, absolutely fantastic. As I say, always got a soft spot for this Native American sort of pattern. Love that. But yeah, let me know what you think of the brand. If you haven't seen the channel before, please do check it out. Lots of denim, lots of quality footwear, from Red Wing in the US through to Trickers in the UK. Lots and lots of content. Please do check it out. If you found this useful, obviously thumbs up. Of course, subscribe. And just a quick indication of what we've got coming up in the near future. We've got a new brand to me. So this is Crown Northampton. These are their Overstones. So this is kind of like a properly built sneaker trainer, if you will, for the summer. Lots of talk of properly built trainers, so recraftable, that I see on Instagram and YouTube, so I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon. These are the Overstones, as I say, and we've got another pair of more conventional sort of desert boots coming from them, and I'll do the review together. So we'll look at both ends of the spectrum of their product. But yeah, do tune in for that. These look absolutely beautiful, really nicely made. Thought I'd go for the black instead of the white. Easier to live with, but yeah, if you've had these, let me know what you think. Okay, well that's about it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.